Yeah, off to a good start, and really happy to be 2-0. You know, we had two very difficult opponents to open the season and open our home slate. Fort Wayne, we had on Thursday night, tough conditions weather-wise. You know, same for both teams, but extremely hot, lightning delay as well. So kind of that influences the guys a little bit. But yeah, strong performance offensively. Couldn't find the back of the net. We had a lot of chances, but those things take time, especially with a lot of new players like we have, finding that cohesion in the goal-scoring department. What I'm most proud of for the two games so far is two shutouts, so we haven't given up a goal yet. You know, defending is always going to be an important part of the game, and especially for us if we want to achieve our goals of making the NCAA tournament, you know, winning a Big Ten title, and then moving through the NCAA tournament on the ultimate goal of winning a national championship, of course. You always have to be great defensively. So happy about two shutouts, happy about two wins, but Kentucky is a top top-team. They've got weapons everywhere, and it'll be like a fun game for our guys and for the city of Madison and soccer fans. So I'd really encourage people to get out Friday night if they can for two quality opponents.
We were talking to Paula earlier about what she learned from those first two games, and I'm guessing you had an idea of what your personnel could do going into those matches. What did you see that you learned maybe that you didn't know about them beforehand? Obviously, I understand it's just two matches, but what are some of the things you learned about your guys?
Yeah, they're resilient and they're coachable, you know, which I think is very important. Like, despite winning the game on Thursday against Fort Wayne, we were disappointed in many areas, especially closing out the game. We talk about, we do a game management training session where we talk about like how we're going to approach the final 10 or so minutes if we're up a goal. You know, if it's 3 or 4-0, then it's a different story. But soccer is such a fickle sport that one play can change a game and can change a season. So we told them on Thursday after the game, like, we need to do better, you know, at closing out games. So I saw a big difference in that in the game yesterday. So happy about that. And then within the game yesterday at halftime, Drake came out with a different lineup in terms of formation that we had scouted. The scouting report had them in a 4-4-2. They came out in a 3-5-2, which posed some different problems tactically. And of course in soccer there's no timeouts. So we have to wait to halftime to really talk tactics with the guys, and we coached them at halftime with a few certain things, movements as to how to better attack them and defend them, and they took those on board and ultimately scored 2 goals kind of from those movements. So coachable, resilient, and a hardworking, like, committed bunch for sure.
Coach, it's only year 2 in your regime, but have you seen culture starting to reflect how you want it to be from a team? You have a lot of newcomers to integrate this season.
Yeah, I think so, and I must give absolutely massive credit to our returning guys. You know, like Tim Bialik, Max Keenan, Jack Finnegan. You know, even some of the returning sophomores that have been with us have been huge teachers of what our culture is, and I've seen a shift from us as coaches having to kind of talk about it all the time and talk about standards and what we do and how we operate here with the Badgers. But it's gone from us talking about it all the time to the seniors and the leaders and the returning guys telling the new players, like, this is how we do things here. So it doesn't always have to come from us now, which is great, because the standards have been set and now they're being upheld by the returning players and the captains and the leaders of the team, which is a great thing. And we just want to sit in the back seat of the car and let them drive, you know. So at some point we want to turn over the car keys to them. We're not quite there yet, but no, it's been a real noticeable shift, which has been nice to see.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the Kentucky players is a former Badger that obviously was a teammate of some of the guys on the team. Have you heard guys talking about that? Does that kind of make it even a little more fun? You're playing the number 3 team, but then there's also a former teammate over on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, fun in terms of he's going to be able to provide a pretty good scouting report to the Kentucky coaches. So, no, it'll be good to see Ignacy. And yeah, I mean, unbelievable human being, and was a good player here for us, and we're excited to have him. But yeah, the guys haven't talked about it at all because we've just been focusing on the next game, and we won't see the guys today because we have a day off. So tomorrow, all focus goes to Kentucky, and I'm sure it'll start coming up. But yeah, I mean, we have a good scouting report on Ignacy, but he's going to have a good scouting report on our entire team. Although it's a very new team to the one that he was a part of in terms of personnel. So yeah, it'd be good to see him. He's a good kid.